Hello, everybody listening to the Fairweather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave. Flag, go blue. I'm joined with my dog AROD. He claims that he still loves me, but we'll see. AROD, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just chilling.
Whoa, where's the energy?
Energy here. The energy's here. I have the energy. We're here.
All right. How's your week going so far?
Very good. Staying there in B&B with the woman. We're in Citrus Park. Um, been all around the state of Florida. It's been fun.
Okay. I got to think of something to play. So I get the last week of December off at my job all the time. So I got to figure out what I want to do. Last year we went to Savannah. Oh, that was a nice little road trip. This year I feel like doing like another kind of like a little road trip. I don't know, somewhere in Florida or the South. That's like a commutable like I ain't trying to drive.
Do Gatlinburg.
We've already done Gatlinburg.
Do Blue Ridge.
The hell's Blue Ridge?
Blue Ridge Mountains in Georgia.
Blue and yellow, purple hills.
Or too many faces.
All right, we're gonna figure that out. But let's get to it. It's been we were off last week with Thanksgiving and everything like that. I hope you guys had a good time with the family, the familias. There's definitely a lot of shit that was that happened over the last week. Kind of started with Thursday Night Football all the way to the college football playoff releasing their rankings yesterday. NBA tournament action, the top 25 list done came out. But where I want to start, Mr. AROD, I want to start with a little bit of hip hop real quick. Obviously, Kendrick dropped GNX, and is it GNX or GX9 or GX?
Gen X.
Yeah, Gen X. Yeah, GNX. And Jermaine Cole has been dropping the old shit again. Got your boy right back where I been at all my life until shit happened earlier this year. But first, I want to get your initial reaction to Kendrick's new project. That kind of just here you guys go.
Mustard.
How viral did that shit get overnight, bro? Like 24 hours. 24 hours.
Not even in the car. My girl says it all the time, man. It has me laughing every time. And then we went to I wanted to buy the ornament. We went to Walmart to get like Christmas tree ornaments, and they had a French's mustard thing there. I was like, man, this is perfect. Got to buy this, man.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's.
I was Drake. I would have sued too. By the way, I'm like, man, fuck this shit, dog. What the hell? All right, go ahead.
No, it was a good little album, a good little teaser album. I don't know if it's like a real album or an extended play or how you want to label it as, but he pretty much is like paying homage to a lot of West Coast young rappers on there. So it's pretty good, and it's good to see him and SZA doing stuff together again because that's his artist. So to see both of them on there doing their thing and then them going on tour because everybody thought her and Drake had a little thing going on, and I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about. That's his artist. Like she was just working with him. That's how the industry works. But go get them lawyers, Drake. Go get those lawyers, bro.
Yeah. And from a Kendrick perspective, you got to give it to him. He's had himself a hell of a year, and just before the year is over, I always like when artists drop shit like right before the year is over, cause like there's the summer playlist that you gotta have. But there's also the cold months playlist that you gotta have, and I feel like a lot of good rappers be dropping good shit like in November, December. I remember DMX, huh?
Jay-Z always did it in the fourth quarter, man.
Exactly. I remember DMX. He dropped 2 in 1 year, right? One before the summer and one before the winter, and they both carry you through a year basically. So to me, from the start of this. I'm coming back to go talk about shit about beefs and shit all the way to the end of the year and then culminate that with the Super Bowl.
Hell of a year. The other funny thing about the whole thing is he's going on tour with SZA. And on Father's Day, he'll be in Toronto, man.
And there's no way that I feel like you see these memes about anti-Kendrick, the Drake fans. And they'd be like, oh, everybody just think Kendrick is just strategic and woke and all that shit. I'm like, I think he is pretty freaking strategic, dog. I don't think this shit, a lot of this, bro, we're hip hop nerds. So, we dig a lot deeper into music videos and, what did he mean when he said this, or double entendres. I think Kendrick is one of the smarter rappers that we have. So if he's doing it, it's not an accident. It's not an accident at all.
He's smart. And even at that, what was the song? Squabble Up, the video for that, like all the homage he paid for in that for a lot of things. If you haven't seen like all the shit that's in that, the Ice Cube, the who was the other one? The Nate Dogg, the Don't Be a Menace to South Central, like all those homages he was paying in that, Serena Williams, whole bunch of stuff in there. Like he
gets
the
it.
West Coast. That is Mr. West Coast right there. So whoever said he's not the best rapper on the West Coast, I remember, I think they had a concert and all the West Coast out there, like all the old heads, like Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And the Game, and they came out there and crowned him the next.
Say he's him.
Yeah, like that's it. Like he heard it and he said, "I'll take it from here."
Yeah, you got to give people, like put this like in a basketball perspective or sports reference. I know a lot of y'all are so anti-LeBron, oh my God. I, for one, am a stan, right? They gave that man, they said, you are the chosen one. You are the phenom. Good luck. Here is the keys. Good luck with it. And LeBron's done a hell of a job over the last 20 plus years to carry that mantle. Kendrick, for what it's worth, the West Coast anointed him as you are the guy. He carried that shit. He's all right, cool.
He's got the East Coast popping, man. Dude, fucking what was the song that he did? I'm already losing.
Not Like Us?
Yeah, Not Like Us. That one it's all over the place, man. They're playing it at weddings now.
Right. Now they've been playing it at bar mitzvahs and shit. Yeah,
everywhere.
I saw there was this girl that I was scrolling on Reels and she came up. She's like, man, for real, I really can't. I F Kendrick because I live in like Memphis, Tennessee, or some shit like that. She lives somewhere random that's not gang affiliated at all. She said every time I hear it ain't like us, I just start throwing up gang signs. I just start throwing up gang signs, and I'm like, yeah, he like for no reason. I feel the need to crit walk. Every time I hear him, I'm like, gotta drop a little bit of a crit walk now. So for an artist to kind of capture, they gave him the Super Bowl. Oh, Lil Wayne until this day is still crying about this shit. Like they say, yeah, because like the whole argument about, it's my city, I should get the Super Bowl. That was LA just got lucky with that. I don't know where this notion came from. Where seriously, that's how it's always done.
Seriously.
But
and that was like an amazing halftime show, nostalgic for a lot of people. Even the old heads was loving that shit. So a lot of people could into that.
The next Super Bowl was the Eagles versus Chiefs one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, or it was the year before. Either way, and we played. I don't remember where we played it at, but Rihanna was the halftime show when she was pregnant. Rihanna's not from the United States of America. Nobody complained. Oh, this is my home sound or whatever. Like, bruh, this just so happened to happen like that. So let it go. But flip this shit around. Now, obviously, you know how I am. Jermaine Cole, that's my guy. And obviously, some shit happened early this year where it was like, he ain't about it. He ain't want to be part of the smoke, even though he was snapping his last couple of years. He bowed out, respectfully. And we ain't heard shit from him the rest of the year. But, like at the end, and just like Kendrick is doing right now, he drops some shit at the end of the year. J. Cole, competitor as well. He's like, I'm about to just remind y'all why y'all like me. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't with all that bullshit, with the guns popping and all that shit. Y'all like me because of the warm-up. Y'all like me because of the Friday Night Lights. That's when y'all fell in love with me, the rapper. And to me, hearing all this shit again, I was like, I forgave. Like, even though I wasn't mad. I wasn't as mad at him as a lot of people was for him bowing out of the beef and not responding or whatever, taking the song off of the mixtape. Even though I didn't really care as much, was I a little disappointed? Yeah, because I had to listen to everybody talk shit. And I didn't have shit to come back with. But for him to come back and just bring us back to what I fell in love with J. Cole's music from day one, when I felt like he was actually speaking to me, for him to just start, releasing all this bullshit I don't have to like find it on YouTube no more. I ain't gotta bootleg it somehow. Like, oh my god, how do I find Friday Night Lights to come up in the warm up? Oh, young Simba, I don't gotta be here like, remember LimeWire, like, yo, DJ Nasty, while you're in the middle of a song.
Dramatic.
Dramatic. I ain't gotta hear none of that shit no more.
Damn, son, where'd you find that at?
7. I ain't gotta do that no more because he was so graceful to put it on Apple Music and Spotify and all that shit. And I just want to say, J. Cole, you still my GOAT. Well, not like my overall GOAT, but in today's generation, he my GOAT. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to stick with that.
The whole thing about this generation in music is like, well, I shouldn't say this generation now is just like they want to see people like pop off all the time. That's what they want to see. When we got rap beef when we were younger, we're getting old, bro. Fuck. When we
don't say that word, bro. We ain't getting old. We getting wise.
When we had rap beef, it was 1-on-1, and it was great against greats, or up and comers against up and comers.
Well, when you think about it, the Biggie and Tupac, that was a lot more than 1 against 1. That was Combs versus Suge.
But that was 1-on-1. But the coast got brought into it. The
coast got brought in. Whereas here, Compton and Toronto going at it. If you want to think about it,
all right.
Drake still got he still got his people. He still got his stand. Like so everybody's
got a weird case. Why is he around?
Everybody's Spotify Warped and shit has come out, right? The 4th most streamed artist this year is still Drake. With all the shit, Kendrick Lamar was not even in that top 5. Drake got a loyal fan base. They just been quiet, and we haven't heard them. They'll call Kendrick weird about this and that, but the massive majority of Drake fans, the number 4 streamed artist this year, he still got a cult following, no matter how you want to, do it.
He's sexy, man. I told you, he makes music for your girl to listen to and be like, man, he's such a fuckboy. You know what? I wonder what my man's doing. Now I want to start fight. That's the type of music Drake makes. That's just it.
I would say a lot of his male listeners didn't probably listen to him as much this year, but all his women listeners still probably listen to him this year, even after they called him a pedophile. Allegedly. Even if after they called him this.
A Grammy is about to be nominated exposing this man, so.
I'm just saying, bro.
But what I was gonna get at with Cole is like this. I don't feel like this was his fight. Honestly, don't feel like this is his fight because J. Cole is more of he's not a hood dude. Like he's college educated, smart, strategic with everything that he moves. Yeah, he's smart. He's a smart dude. He's us. I get it.
But he speaks to me, bro.
He doesn't. He doesn't. That's not his battle. He just happened to be going on tour with someone. And everybody said they were the big 3, and then they called the song out, and you don't get a big 3 in any song. So, why are you going to say big 3? You name drop someone, but he ain't even on the song. So I get that. So it's more like Kendrick saying, yo, now's your time to back out before you get some smoke. And he did what he did, and yeah, it was a bitch move. He put out a pretty good diss track, and then you pulled it back. But as a man who knows that that's his friend is like, listen, this isn't me. This isn't my battle.
Meanwhile, Kendrick hadn't called Drake a pedophile yet. So, like I said at the time, I felt like Kendrick warned J. Cole, like, look, I'm about to go in on this dude. You should probably look. I get it. That was a good diss track. Cool. You should probably stay out of this one because I'm about to go at this man. His whole reputation legally could be involved because of this shit. I mean, he's suing for defamation. He's suing for something. Come on.
Pussy, bro. Pussy moves. You saw the shit I sent you, a rich black guy, right?
Yeah.
That shit is too funny. You should do what everyone's been doing all along. Get the lawyers.
Get the lawyers.
Get that lawyer now.
And you mentioned the big 3 shit, and I heard I think I heard Joe Budden, somebody talk about this shit about Future, and Future and Metro Boomin finally they came out and they wanted to address the beef as well or whatever, just kind of just talk about it. And
Metro don't fuck with that dude.
Yeah, but I wanted to get on Future because he said if anybody should have been offended, it was me They're talking about big three on my song, like I'm not in the big three or some shit like that. And when you think about it, let's look at the last. Let's look at the last 10
Lord
years.
and Savior. You do know that is our Lord and Savior, future Christ.
Let's look at the last 10 years. J. Cole held it down for us, conscious rapper people, woke people. Kendrick held it down for the gritty Compton and gritty shit, in his poetry mind. Drake held it down for the rhythm and the blues, the light skinned version of hip hop.
Wagwan.
And if you gotta say there's a Mount Rushmore over the last 10, 15 years, there's no way you can't put Future on that. Right?
Sensational, bro.
Like he carries, I wouldn't say he carried the South or anything, because the South had a really good last 7-year run. No matter what we think of the music, they've kind of held shit down. But Future, to me, he's been like anointed as the guy.
Listen. You wake up on a random Tuesday and he releases something and you're bumping it for months. You are my little demon. Like you're bumping.
Bro, I'm talking about that at work, and I'm like, how old is this dude? And he's still talking about little demon and shit.
Put a yacht off the coast. Put a yacht on the coast. Like, dude, like Future, whether it makes sense, whether you like him, whether you don't like. Listen, you know how you were saying like this is shifting more towards women now. Yeah. Like the women have their sexy red, they got their
card. They are on their generational run right now.
we got Future. Future is ours. That's our ratchet man music right there, man. So
but the women, they are on a Glorilla
music. So I got that music.
Listen, all she got to do is drop another album that's almost as good as this woman, and she already passes Cardi B that quick. To me, she's already probably there. But to me, you're gonna go like Lauryn Hills, Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj, Remy Ma, Missy Elliott. Those are gonna be like the uppers, right? Out of the new ones, I feel like Glorilla ready. I'm like, put me in, or what's that chick's name from Houston? Big chick. I mean,
Meg Thee Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion, she got a cult following too. So to me, between Meg Thee Stallion and Glorilla and Sexy Red,
the thing is like there's a big three in the women right now, and then everybody else below it, I feel like they all sound the same to me.
That's just like men.
Yeah, no,
exactly. Sound the same.
Exactly, 100%. But like there is a following for them, and the thing is like you see when they do so good, like Cardi B. I'm not gonna take anything away from her. She won a Grammy for Best Hip Hop Album. I don't think that she should have won it, but whatever she did, and I'm happy for her. Good for her. But like, she got to her top, and she just coasted on down. Yeah. Now somebody else is eating. But and then
still finds the thing with Cardi. At least she still finds a way to be relevant. I don't know how much she really loved hip hop like that. I think she's just from New York and was around hip hop. But I feel like that she's happy being the mother. Like she is happy just being at home chilling, recording shit on live and just being, because like the reason why I like Cardi B a lot
type shit, I'm all good with that.
The reason why I like Cardi B a lot is because she reminds me of Pointiana. Like what she like all the girls that I grew up with in Pointiana, they were all Cardi B. They were all New Yorkers. When I lived in New York, I remember the first Puerto Rican chick I ever saw in my life. I was like, because I came from Detroit. So Detroit, we got black folks, we got white folks, we got some Asians, right? I went to New York. I said, golly, what is this race I've never seen before? And then that kind of followed me that when I moved to Florida. And to me, Cardi B just reminds me of all the girls that I grew up with. Basically, it was good. It was cool. So, but yeah, the women are doing their thing right now. I just want to say shout out to J. Cole. Future, you deserve to be on a Mount Rushmore of sorts. Anything else in hip hop or music?
The only thing I want to say, last thing with Future is like I feel like Future holds it down, and every time, like I understand why he would get mad at all that, but in terms of like Drake to everything, I feel like Future's like, yeah, we're gonna shoot this in the trap house, this, and then Drake's like, but I want to dress up as a pirate in this one. Can we be pirates? Like that's how I always feel like Drake always is with him. Because like Future puts out a banger, and then Drake got to ruin it with like, let's dress up as knights. I will wait for you. I will wait. And then the other one, he's like, let's all pretend to be like let's be 9-to-5 job guys and put out this video. I'm like, man, Future's probably like, dude, this isn't me, bro. Like, let's just
try. In the spirit of what we're gonna be doing a little bit later, by start bench cut or by cut and sell or whatever. Start bench. I want you to their catalog without the other one, Drake and Future. Just their catalog. Put them neck and neck with each other, without each other, without whereas is that, without nothing that they featured, because they did a lot of work together. Take their catalog singularly. Who
Future? I'm cutting Drake. I could bump Future every day, like me and you know who, that Miami brother of yours.
Sean?
No, not Sean. He about 6'5".
Oh, Danny T. Yeah. Oh, we talking about Future. My bad. I thought we were talking about Drake. Future. Oh yeah. Dirty is the soda spider. I text AP
every time. I text him when the album drops. Every time I'm like, banger. Oh indeed.
Sensational. Now, like, it's hard though. It's like I won't. I'm gonna abstain from this question for right now, because you know what we should do? We should do like a sideshow, guys. This is what I want me and AROD to do. We're gonna bring back verses, and we're gonna do a live on Instagram and or YouTube or some shit. We're gonna do a live, and we're gonna do a verses. I'll give you a rapper, you give me a rapper, and we're gonna do their catalogs. But the thing is that if they feature, that can't be in your catalog. I think we don't gotta do 20. We do like 12 songs.
I like it.
I want to bring that shit back. I'm like, bro, verses had a good run, and then
but it became a rap battle after that.
It became a battle, yeah. But if we just gonna do catalogs, I really want to sit down with this Drake and Future one, because I'm like, all right, because like I work, they play music at work, and I don't control the music all the time. I do get to make the playlist for the holiday party tomorrow, so send me some suggestions, AROD. But at work they play some old school Drake.
Little Demon.
Santa Claus is coming to town. I don't know if I can play Little Demon right after that.
Little Demon.
I don't know if I can. Yeah, never mind. Anyway, I was listening to some old school Drake today. I'm like, damn, I used to love this shit, dog. And it was like furthest thing on Nothing Was the Same. I still be drinking on the low, bobbing on the low, bobbing on the low.
The car today, and we were heading to Spring Hill, and Text Go Green came on. I was like, this shit off of here, man. I don't want to hear this bullshit anymore.
Listen,
Text Go Green.
Listen. Please don't be scared of me. Please don't be scared of me. I remember you.
When I first started, listen, Drake had my ear in the beginning. I'll give him his credit, because he used to fuck with like Little Brother and a lot of these other, I wouldn't say underground, but like rappers that don't get a lot of credit that they should, like Fonte and them. And I thought that was cool. And then I heard, I forgot to call you on your birthday. And I was like, yeah, this guy's like, this is how I feel about Drake. Like, if we were hanging out with Drake and he'd be like, yeah, man, because like in Toronto, everything's cool and this and that. He's dropping M-bombs left and right, saying it. And as soon as you hear a gunshot, he'd be like, oh man, like I would not feel safe around Drake.
I
would be sitting there like this.
I feel like everybody has good shit to say about Drake, about being around him. Everybody say he's like one of the most cool people to be around. I have heard that. I have heard that he's just a very, bro, you got to think about a lot of people, all these people who gravitate towards Drake, and the reason why Drake hop on the song, they blow up, this artist becomes super famous. Migos, I was listening to Migos before he hopped on Versace. As soon as he hopped on Versace, the Migos are the best thing smoking. So you got to give Drake some credit. I don't think he's.
I give same thing with Future. Future does the same thing too. Future do a collab album with someone in the
Drake blow up Future, or did Future blow up Drake?
I think, you do remember like Organized Noise was crowning Future as the next big thing. So if Outkast is saying something about this kid, like,
as they should though, because that's remember, South got something to say.
Yeah, and Drake thinks he's from the South. Drake thinks he's from London. Drake thinks he's
identity crisis. We talk about identity crisis all the time.
Yeah, he has an identity crisis. I was, doing my fake Jamaican accent to my girlfriend earlier today, and she's like, "Shut the fuck up, it's getting annoying." But that's all I hear in my head with Drake. Like that's all he does is like he makes these music with, "Well, I want this and I want this," and the man them like he just can't find. He has an identity crisis. I get it.
All right. Think about UK drill music
in Tennessee, and then you move to Houston, but you're in England. Like,
think about the England drill game right now. Drake made UK drill popular in the United States. Who was listening to UK drill before Drake put gigs on his shit 5-6 years ago? He put gigs and he put the other one on KMT. I was like, I wasn't listening to none of this shit before, and now I hear it. I'm like, shit kind of slap a little bit. Drake be putting people on. We got to give him some credit.
I give him his credit for things like that. I really do. But once again, it's like there's no consistency. It's kind of like how people say Kendrick Lamar. Like a lot of people who say, like, we're getting high on this fucking hip hop shit. I love it. The Kendrick Lamar shit. People are like, oh, well, he has multiple personality disorder, because sometimes he's like, "Kendrick, what are you doing, Kendrick?" And then he's like,
that used to be weird for me, okay?
But that's how Eminem was. There was Slim Shady and there was Marshall Mathers.
Eminem is different though. Kendrick is not a crack addict who had problems with his mom and lived in trailer parks. Kendrick is from Compton, so he gonna talk about Compton shit. When he did all that little weird shit, I'm like, this is not normal to me. Because Detroit, mind you, by way of like Missouri or some shit, he's from the Midwest, Eminem. These motherfuckers be doing acid at 2 years old. Oh, come on. that shit don't. Bro, I had a neighbor named Max when I was growing up.
And he's white.
He was a white dude named Max. This one he moved from my house that got shut up. We moved more inland into 7 Mile, and the first time I seen a mixed neighborhood, I said, "Oh shit!" Because I went from my neighbor looked like Snoop Dogg to my neighbor's name is Max, and Max was a little troublemaker, and his grandparent was racist. You know what I'm saying? Like his dad was was getting chased down by the mob. The mob, we see that happen from my house. This is Detroit, like. They're weird, bro. Shit be going down. But, Kendrick do it. I'm like, who the fuck from Compton be doing this shit? But then again, I understand a little some of it, you know what I mean? But, I don't know, like Tupac had like Machiavelli and Tupac. And DMX had Damien, I get it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's the same thing. But like I said, Drake haters are gonna hate and say, "Oh, he's just weird." I'm like, dude, you do realize that your guy has an identity crisis, like
so that means you can't put that against him. Then you can't put that against him. Then
I'll never forget the Joe Budden podcast when he was clowning on one of his albums. He's like, "Go find some motherfuckers your fucking age, hang out with them." Like he's doing songs.
I remember that one.
That shit, oh my God, for like a week we were sending that shit. Hang out with them. Like, come on, bro. Like, find some people your age and make music with people your age, bro. Like,
bro, whatever floats his boat, dog. Let my dog be happy, dog.
Lil Gotti and him love each other. I get it, but like, they're just totally different people.
He will get past 2024 is less than a month away from being over. Like, he just needs the 25 to hit. He need to go do a hop on Shannon Sharp podcast, and he'll blow up. He hop on Shannon Sharp podcast on January 3rd. Oh, yeah. It's a wrap. So, because look, when did they do the election shit? I mean, the inauguration. Like, it's not January 6th, right? Obviously, no. January 20th. January 20th is because
let's not forget.
On January 6th, I think is when it becomes official. Like, you are the president, and then January 20th, I believe, is the inauguration. Shannon Sharp got to drop some shit in between that, whether it's before or after the 6th. I heard Cat Williams got some more shit to say, but if he can get Drake early on, so he can like fight his battle, control his narrative, and then he blows up after that, you gonna see somebody gonna do it. Somebody gonna do it. All right, that's I enjoyed that, by the way. You know, it's like I get a little bit of a little bit of energy. You know, like yeah. When hip hop is good, everything is good. I'm telling you. I was having a bad last couple of months. I was down in the dumps, and that's because all I could hear was "Yeah, Glow" every fucking day. But Kendrick and J. Cole have single-handedly brought me back to life. It's crazy what music can do, y'all. So yes, we do sports, but we gonna talk music every now and then. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to college football. Crazy. We're not even talking about the NFL. I do want to get his college because we kind of talk about college football sparingly here when it's like a big controversy or we're getting closer to the playoffs or whatever. So this is our first year of the 12-team college football playoffs. It was supposed to fix all the shit that was going on last year with the the last few years with the 4. Mind you, they blessed us with the 4 because it used to be the BCS Bowl, and we as you can see, we made a lot of progress. I would say like the rough draft of the playoff teams was released yesterday, and I believe you have the what do you call it, the playoffs in front of you, so you see what it's like. Now, there's a lot to kind of unpack here, just based on. And I did say we posted a poll on Instagram, not a poll, but like a question thing on Instagram. And I did say I'm going to look whatever people said so that we could discuss. The first thing I saw was Berto. He talked about Berto Lopez, the person who created our graphic, by the way. Shout out to Berto. If you like shoes that are like fancy, if you like sneakers, if you like socks, if you like fashion, if you have a fashionable brain, go ahead and follow the dude Roberto Lopez. He's a great dude. You know what I'm saying? I like that guy.
Roberto.
The first thing he said though, Miami should be in, Alabama should not. Now, you and I are our residential roll tide. Hey, I don't give a piss about it, nothing but the tie, baby. No matter what, we are closet fans and we admit it. You know what I mean? Even I don't know how you feel though without Nick Saban being there no more. To me, my lore, I realized was all a lot to do with Nick Saban, kind of like what Allen Iverson did to me for the Sixers. But even after, I still kind of root for Bama, so I'm like, all right, fuck it. I guess I like Bama a little bit. So, what do you say about that statement? Miami should be in, and Alabama should not.
I think Alabama should be in, but they should be the lowest seed in if they get in, because they play a very tough schedule. Whether we want to beat around the bush or not, like they beat Georgia. That's a hard school to beat. LSU, for as much, mockery and clowning that I give them, I know they're not the powerhouse that they are this year, but they put out a good program every year too. And the SEC, I mean, we're getting a torch pass now with this whole moving of conferences and this thing going on with the playoff. But the SEC is still a powerhouse of schools. Kids want to go play in the SEC. So I mean, they've had a tough schedule, and I think they're warranted in. I think Miami should be in too. Looking at this, I think Arizona State is the team that I'm like, why the fuck are they there? But somebody's got to represent whatever conference is the Pac-10 now. So
it's not even just that. I think it's more of, all right, Miami, for example, right? Let's
here's my pick to that.
Who did Miami beat?
True. Who did Miami beat? I don't have the schedule.
Florida State was undefeated last year, and it said hell no to them getting to a 14.
Here's
lost 2 games.
Here's how I look at it now. When you have a team that is competitive, like Miami is a competitive team. You can't take that away from me. They're competitive with their record. And a Heisman candidate that's probably going to win the Heisman on it. A candidate. All right. I think it's deserving of them to be there for that. If they were like 3-10 and they had a Heisman candidate on it, then I'd be like, okay, that's not it. But they're there in contention. So I don't know. Like, this is once again going to start controversy again. Miami should be in it. I think Alabama should be in it by the skin of their teeth because of their strength of schedule. But who is Arizona State beating?
Arizona's and that's a good question.
Why is Army not in it then?
Who has Army beaten?
Still,
No, because when you look at strength of schedule, that is something that we have a 64 team NCAA basketball tournament, right? 68, and we still argue about USF, for example. We went 26-5 last year, and we couldn't even get into the 68. So no matter how many teams you extend it out to,
don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
Think about it. No matter how many, yeah, for sure. No matter how many teams you extend it out to, there's somebody who was on the bubble who is gonna feel slighted. And for me, as an American Athletic Conference alumni, I knew if it came down to us versus a decent school from the Big East or a decent school from the ACC, you know what I mean? I know when their games are on ESPN, NC State, if their games on ESPN, they get a lot more views than if a USF is playing Stetson. You know what I mean? You have to understand there's money that's involved in this shit. And it's hard for me to be I feel bad for the teams that don't get it. Florida State for last year, they're fucking 1-11. It's 2-11 this year, and they lost 63-0 to Georgia in a bowl game. There's no matter how good Florida State played last year, we knew if Alabama had to play Florida State on a neutral field last year, it'd have been 52-0. Now put Alabama on a field against Miami this year. Do you think Alabama would beat Miami?
I think it'd be a tough game.
Syracuse. I want you to. All right. Go look at Miami's schedule and look at all the close. They should have lost to Virginia Tech. They should have lost to Cal. They got they've had games on their schedule where they've survived by the skin of their teeth. You know what I mean? Alabama beat Georgia, and Alabama you have to look at that shit. And you asked me who did Arizona State play? Okay, Wyoming. They beat Mississippi State SEC school. Not the best one. They're not a good one.
We've been saying, I think last year too, whatever you want to call them now, the Pac-8, whatever they are now, they held their own against the SEC last year.
So they did that. Let's see. Kansas
did that.
Kansas, who have had some impressive victories this year. Kansas has had some impressive victories this year. You know what? Arizona State is in the Big 12. They got to be because their conference schedule. They played Utah. They beat Utah.
Okay. That's impressive.
They beat Oklahoma State by 21. They beat Kansas State. They beat UCF. They beat BYU. BYU was ranked when they beat BYU. They just beat Arizona 49-7. So they've done shit. Miami, their best victory is against Florida, and that's when Florida had Grant Mertz. They didn't even have.
Listen, here's what I'm going to come back down on this now. I'm going to take back everything I said. If we need this to be fair, it's the top 12 teams have to be in it. Whoever the top 12 are, take out your legacy, take out your fandom, take out your alma mater, take all that. If they're in, they're in. If they're not, they're not. We're used to seeing Alabama there, and if they're not in it, by all means, we got to do this fair. Otherwise, they got to do it something where it's like conference, strength of schedule, and I don't know what the other factors will be into that. Wins, how much you beat teams by, I don't know, but it's going to be tough because everybody wants to see the top 12 schools in it, and Michigan ain't in it this year.
Hey, but I can tell you what Michigan did to Ohio State, baby. Don't get me started. The University of Michigan, we won the championship last year, right? We lost 20 to 30 players on this team to the draft or to, retire, they're seniors, right? We played horrible this year. It's horrible. Texas came in and planted the flag at Michigan. It was that bad. We didn't fight nobody, though, because we got class. We got class, Michigan. Texas planted their flag. We said, we get it. It's y'all time now. Texas is 11-1, by the way. So, yes, we lost to a way better team. Ohio State, 10-2. That first loss came to the undefeated Oregon. Cool. Their second loss of the season came to the 6-5 University of Michigan. Hail to the victors. Hail to the victors. I just gotta say, bro, I was playing poker with the wife and her uncle and aunt. I'm killing it in poker, by the way. And I was sitting there, my legs shaking and shit in the back, watching Michigan play Ohio State. By the time it was the third quarter, I'm like, yo, we still right there. We ain't getting blown out yet. Remember, the spread was 20 to 23 at his peak. 23, right? I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, it's still close to shit, right? 7-7 or 7-10 and bullshit, whatever. I'll go when it gets to the final 5 minutes. I said, look, y'all just play through my turn. I gotta watch this last drive and see what happens. Our non-scholarship quarterback, he ain't even on scholarship, came whoop that ass. Not only did he whoop that ass, he beat his ass in motherfucking Ohio State. And now we got a $10 million quarterback coming next year. Y'all think we gonna lose y'all again? We ain't scared of y'all. Sharon Moore ain't scared of y'all. He was an interim last year. This year, he inherited a bad team. And look at my dog, bro. So I had to pop my shit because you did say Ohio State. I know I cut you off from something you said. You said.
They're quick to cut off some of these teams, like Ohio State or Michigan, but the record reflects it. Alabama's a hard one for them to swallow when it comes to cutting off the schedule, but they play a tough schedule, though. They really do play a tough schedule.
What I don't like, so Clemson is 17th right now, right? They're 17th in the rankings. SMU is 8th. So SMU's resume says they're a top 10 team. Clemson's resume says they're a top 20 team, top number 17. If Clemson beats SMU, Clemson gets an automatic bid. Does that automatically mean SMU? I guess they ain't really a top 10 team. You don't kick them out because of that. Whereas Indiana, they don't got to play nobody in no playoffs. So no conference championship game. So they don't get affected. Like, to me, you're right about the best 12 teams should make it. At the end of the day, however you want to rank them, the best 12 teams should make it. But Clemson's number 17. If they win, let's say they win by 3-0 against SMU, does that really necessarily make them a playoff team? I don't know. It's just no matter what, we're going to complain, bro. That is what we're going to do. 68 teams in basketball, and we still got something to complain about. So.
Hawaii plays a bunch of high school teams, and then they're just like, hey, we won all 30 games. We played all these tribe men over here, and we beat them. We're undefeated. Why aren't we in the ring?
Speaking of Hawaii, we go to USF. We go to my Hawaii, baby. We are going to Hawaii for our bowl game. I love that for the players because, like, you 18 to 22 years old, you get a free trip to Hawaii because they pay for all the excursions, they pay for the trip. You're representing the University of South Florida at this point, so they're going to pay for everything. And you can do that on the company dime? Hell yeah, baby.
Thank God they don't got the USF Bowl at the Trop. They can thank the roof for that.
They moved it. It's crazy. The Gasparilla Bowl used to be there. Thank God they moved it from there already because, like, it's at Raymond James now over the last 5-6 years now. But, like, can you imagine, like, Raymond James had something scheduled that night and they couldn't do the Gasparilla Bowl because they fucking took the roof off?
Dude, the Outback Bowl was great when we had the Outback Bowl.
We still have the Outback Bowl now. It's called the ReliQuest Bowl. It's the same bowl. They just changed the name.
Cheap ass bastards at Outback.
Hey, I miss my bloomin' onions. I used to look forward to that shit. I'm like, okay, I want these bloomin' onions. Let's go. I don't know who had to win for the bloomin' onions, but I'm like, I want these bloomin' onions though. But all right, let's get off of college. Shout out to University of Michigan, by the way. Shout out to University of Michigan. All right, let's move to the NFL. All right, let's before I get your misery temperature. Let's go through some of the
misery. I'm a free agent. I'm gonna be wearing NFL for like the next
years. Let's go through some of the games of the week. I would like to kick this one off personally. Let's say, they said we ain't playing nobody. They said Jalen Hurts ain't really like that. John Mayer was like, oh shit, Saquon Barkley, you know what I'm saying? And Joe Shine was like, Saquon Barkley. You know, I heard that I heard Kenyon Mitchell, he ain't really done nothing. AROD said that. He ain't really done nothing.
Said that.
He said, every time I bring up Kenyon Mitchell, he's like,
No, I said beginning of the season he was not doing well. Now he's
look at his statistics. He's shut down everybody. They
good.
calling it Guantanamo Bay. Remember Revis Island? They calling it Guantanamo Bay.
You got the Ku Klux clamps too. I saw that clamp he put on Derrick Henry.
And they clamping these motherfuckers, dog. You saw my dog pick up Derrick Henry? Come on, dog. Coop or DeJean? He ain't DeJean. Coop, dog. We got this shit. I ain't gonna say nothing. I was gonna say
barbecue chicken, baby.
It was barbecue chicken for real though. Like, you know, Lamar Jackson, I'm not fucking with you right now because in one of my fantasy leagues, I'm winning. I'm good. You know, I'm about to go to. I see the Eagles. I'm like, I'm good. This has been a great weekend. Michigan beat Ohio State, and we won this Tony Romo call game. You know, everybody watching because Tony Romo on the call. I was like, shit, we got Tony Romo's call today? Oh, shit. I was a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? Tony Romo. That was a good game, right? Yeah, we handled business. But Lamar Jackson had to drop that last touchdown, that 53-yard run, and then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And that's how I lost in fantasy football. I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? But what was your assessment? You by the way, y'all, AROD has said my girl or girlfriend or wifey or what a variation of that 7-8 times already in this episode. I think my dude's smitten, you know what I'm saying? I think he's smitten. But he happens to be with a young lady who is from Philadelphia. And she happens to be a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles as well. So by rule and by adoption, I'm married to a Buccaneer. I gotta cheer for him sometimes. I'm not allowed to not cheer for him. You know what I mean? So by default, you already rock with the green anyway. Might as well switch that green to the Philly side. You already fuck with us now.
I told my friend because he always checks in on me and he's like, "Can I get a temp check?" And I know you're gonna get a temp check later. I'm just gonna give it to you now, straight up. He's like, "How's it doing?" I'm like, "Bro, I haven't watched a game since fucking week 6. I don't give a fuck about this team anymore." I was like, "I am a free agent. I have no legacy. I'm more of a fan of players." He said, "If you're a free agent, you got to sit out at least 2 years, and all you can wear is NFL apparel." This shit that says NFL on it, NFL.
That's a dope concept. I like that because you know how like you break up with somebody, you hop right like a month later. Sometimes you gotta just know yourself a little bit. You know what I mean? Watch the games, go on dates, and then you find out one. You like that's the team I rock with. That's the girl I like. You know what I mean? That's what I like.
Man, I've been rocking with 3 teams for the longest: the Eagles, the Ravens, and the Chargers. Those are the 3 teams I've been on for the longest, okay? I secretly root for those 3 teams. But in the instance with the Eagles, man, it started off super slow. The first quarter, you still can't get the shit right in the first quarter except for last week, you know, but they know what they're doing. It's a well-oiled machine, and it's like when you're holding Sirianni's head on the stick and you're bashing him, he finds some way to win.
Since he got in his Britney Spears era and shaved his head, he undefeated. So we on our Britney Spears era right now, y'all. we here.
Yeah, I mean, word from her is the fans weren't happy with him saying, you know, like taunting at the fans and whatnot. They weren't happy with that.
Guess what? He a competitor. You see what he done.
He is, yeah. He's getting you riled up. No, the Eagles got this shit together, man. Like the only thing that kills me about them is
we gave you Joe Douglas. My bad.
Fuck, take Joe back, bro. You should take Joe back.
My bad.
I don't give a fuck about that team. I told you, man. If it burned down tomorrow, I could care less. But the thing with them is like so much talent that they have everywhere, and it just like I feel like they should be blowing teams out. I mean, at the end of the day, these are all pro athletes. I get that, but the amount of talent that is on that team, you have arguably one of the best top 10 wide receivers in the sport. I still say he's top 5.
Baby, come on.
I still say he's top 5 when he's healthy and not missing games. You have the best running back in the game. You arguably have one of the top 3 best backs in the league. You have a really good tight end. Your number 2 wide receiver, he's no slouch either. I would say top 20. He's up there, man, when healthy.
Sure he is.
The O-line, everyone on the O-line is a stud. And then in the defense, there's household names on the defense, but they're just underperforming.
You know what they call our O-line? JSU. Jeff Stoutland, our offensive line coach, University. I think he's Jeff. It might be John. Jeff. No matter what, it's Jay. Jay Stoutland. He got every year, no matter what's going on with the Eagles, I know offense line gonna be fine.
Mekhi Becton has been healthy the entire season.
We got him back, dog. We got him y'all trash.
I'm happy because
y'all trash. You people, Sam Darnold, somebody's treasure. Geno Smith, somebody's treasure. Who got the pick 6 on y'all this past weekend? From Seattle.
Don't say it because that was my favorite player. That was my favorite player.
Leonard Williams. Pick 6.
Big cat. I was rooting when I saw that. I was like, run with that dread, bro.
Hey, even your last quarterback, what's his name? Zach Wilson. He with a fucking good ass team. Denver Sean Payton got the boys in Denver feeling like the Saints again. Even he's happy.
Zach Wilson's in Denver like,
shit.
This barbecue ain't half bad.
Chilling, smoking a blunt, looking at Mills and Cougars and stuff. He got to be the backup to Sean Payton. He getting all that. He gonna be a quarterback coach in 5 years. Watch, and he gonna be the wonder kid. You remember I said this? All this shit y'all talking about him as a player. He gonna be a wonder kid. He might be Sean.
That guy. That's the one guy I can say was not good. I could see. No, he's not good.
Come on.
He's not good.
Elijah Moore. He played.
Elijah was a bum.
He played well.
Bum.
He played well.
That's a bum. Get him out of here. He's a bum.
Playing well, bro. All right. All I'm gonna say is, Joe, you were talking about the Jets. You said the only thing. I don't remember what you. Oh, the Eagles.
Sticking with the Eagles. The only thing that kills me about them is they should be blowing teams out the water with how much talent they have. But I've learned with them by watching because we watch a lot of Eagles games, man. We do.
What you know?
It's a slow progression. It's a chess game. It's a chess game. The first quarter they feel you out. The second quarter they start kind of feeding Barkley, and then the third they just let him loose. Let the dog go, bro. Let him go.
You know what I've learned over these last 20 years of football that I've been really invested in, right? The Patriots, outside of their Randy Moss year, they wasn't blowing nobody out. They were just getting by. The Chiefs, look at these last 3. Look at this year. Look at these last. They just scraped by. Some of these dynasties, they are so good that they just be trying to try shit. I ain't saying we a dynasty. I ain't saying we that good. What I am saying is that first quarter, it looked like we just be trying shit. Second quarter, all right, we got it. Third and fourth, they can't fuck with us. Fourth, let's give New York an analogy right here. You would understand this. The New York Yankees, right? When y'all was a dynasty, y'all was winning shit. Y'all had this closer by the name of Mariano Rivera. Every time I watch Saquon Barkley in the fourth quarter, I'm like, all right, Mariano, let's get us home, baby.
You're Sandman.
Every fourth quarter, 50-yard run, shimmy on somebody, spin on somebody. It's a highlight every fourth quarter now. And that's what I see. Mariano Rivera, if he got in the 9th, it's a wrap. If he got in the 8th and he got to do 6 outs, you be like, oh, he about to put on a fucking masterpiece. He about to put on a Picasso right now. That's how I've never felt like this with the Eagles. I always feel like, Carson Wentz gonna do something stupid. We still got Nick Foles. Mike Vick is too skinny. Donovan McNabb, no. I've always had this doubt.
They have the right pieces.
I've always had this doubt.
They have the right pieces, and the as much as I don't want to say, I know beginning of the year we were saying temp check on the head coaches. Sirianni's the guy for the job. Could there be a better guy? Yes, there could. But they'll run through a wall for this guy.
There's only one better guy to me for this team, Dan Campbell, because Dan Campbell and Nick Sirianni are very similar in an extent.
But Dan Campbell would have to conjure the group of a whole new team.
If we had Dan Campbell, you want us to blow people out? Oh, we blow people out. That's the difference. Dan Campbell wants to bite your kneecap, right? Like blow you out. When we hired Sirianni, he's talking about like.
But you know what? Let's not even get into that. I understand that. I get that. Sirianni is a question mark, but the real Wizard of Oz here behind the cape, you know who it is.
Let Howie cook.
Let Howie cook, bro.
Let Howie cook.
I tell her all the time, man. You have the best GM in sports. I don't know how he gets this shit done. Oh, the Giants are gonna let Saquon go? Okay, I'll get him.
Let me explain something to you, bro. It was I think it was during COVID. Yeah, it was during COVID. We drafted Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, right? I was already mad about the year before, or that was a year or two before, with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I was like, I know we ain't drafted this motherfucking J.J. Arcega-Whiteside over all these motherfuckers. DK Metcalf, A.J. Brown. I'm like, there's no way we just drafted this motherfucker over these other people, right? And we did. And we drafted this dude named Jalen Reagor, who I just found out he was on the Chargers the other day. Or is that where he's at?
I don't fucking know. I don't care.
I know he's been on the Patriots. He's been on the Vikings. Like, he's a pass around. And I was like, I am so done. Like, how you're feeling right now about the Jets? I was like, I am so done. Mind you.
Oh, but you've been like this for like 2 years.
Let me explain something.
Entire life.
I'm about to say, let me explain something. I was so done, and we had just won the Super Bowl like 2-3 years before that. I was like, shit, I'm done. Y'all, you haven't experienced that.
Go ahead and bitch about anything, bro, okay?
You haven't even experienced that in your life.
The longest active streak in sports of not seeing the Panthers, bro, the Panthers.
Come through, dog. Y'all, we wear green too, baby. Hey, I don't give a piss about nothing but the Eagles, baby. So, come on. Anyway, all I'm saying is that we got to close it, dog. So it feels good. It feels good. So what was your take, though, from a Ravens perspective? Because we're both closet Ravens fans. We've discussed this. As a fan of, like, the Eagles, I'm happy. As a closet fan of the Ravens, I was like, this is not a good look. So from the Ravens perspective, what was your take on that?
This is probably the hardest thing I'm going to ever have to say about the Ravens right now.
Ooh.
And we praise this man all the fucking time for probably being the best of the best.
Ooh.
Justin Tucker.
Ooh.
Justin Tucker may have lost a pep in the step, man. I kind of noticed it last year. But I think he might not be the GOAT anymore right now, man.
Okay, see, that's the problem. Michael Jordan averaged 20 points last year. He looked heavy. Just like you get old at some point, damn, look at LeBron these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, he doesn't miss 30-yarders, bro. 30-yarders he don't miss.
Shannon Sharp tweeted after which one of those missed it. He was like, when it goes for kickers, it goes quick. Like Tom Brady, we saw it gradually. Peyton Manning, he had 55 touchdowns 1 year with Denver. And then 2 years later, it was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? He said, when kickers, once it happens, there's no cliff. There's no, like, it's a wrap.
Tell that to fucking, what was the guy's name? Anderson or whatever, that kicked till he was like 40?
They said when it goes, though. Not age. It's when it goes. Because, like, he said they're mental, they don't think about it. As a quarterback, you can throw 5 interceptions in one game, but you don't throw 40 passes still, though. Like, kickers, I got 4 kicks maybe in a game. That's on a good day. Every kick means a lot when you only kick the ball. Like, think about Hard Rock, my gambling ass. Over-unders for kicker is 1.5 all the time, basically. You only probably going to kick 2 field goals a game. That's what they're saying, right? Are you going to make both of those field goals? That's a lot to think about in a 3-hour fucking football game. Like, I gotta kick.
But that's a pivotal part of their game. Like, we're relied on him because we couldn't get down there. So now it's Justin's time, and Justin's been kicking him from the from the midfield every time, man. Like, no problem. Barbecue chicken. But I think his time is coming to an end. Maybe he's in a funk. I don't know. I still crown him the GOAT. He's one of the best to do it. But
he is the best to do it. Like, let's not call him bust now or whatever. It goes, bro. Like, at some point it goes. And thank God it happened against us. But shit, you know what I mean? But get him out of the situation. Lamar Jackson, he's still a number 3 on the MVP race at plus 750 behind Saquon at plus 300 and Josh Allen at minus 275.
And Saquon really deserves it. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
We'll get to MVP. I want to talk about Lamar Jackson and his coach, Mr. Harbaugh, right? In these big games, there seems to be a lull. You know what I mean? Like the Chiefs, there's something that they're not doing. Like I looked at him like, yo, Derrick Henry, why you only had 13 carries, bro? Like
that was crazy.
I get him. So like, who would you kind of blame a little bit more? Is it Harbaugh or is it Lamar?
Even for a team in the Eagles that are bad against the run, like I would have been feeding the dreadnought.
Who's bad against the run?
They're not good against the run.
We have the number 2 defense in the NFL. What are you talking about? Bro, what have you been watching, dog? Bijan ran against us for one game, and now we bad against the run. You know who Zach Bond is? Zach Bond about to get is the highest rated.
Zach Bond's a tackling machine, man. He's
the highest rated player in Pro Football Focus.
But y'all ain't the second best defense in the NFL. I don't give a fuck what you say. Whatever they say, whatever.
See, you talk shit about Keon Mitchell. You talk shit about Cooper DeJohn. You talk shit about.
I said against the run. Look at the run defense.
Okay.
Tell me what it is. I'll wait. Look it up. It's ranking. I want to see what it is.
All right. Oh shit. I'm so happy you said this, dog. Because all right. The top run defenses in the National Football League. How do you rank this though? Is it by yards? You wanna do it by yards?
Okay.
You wanna do it by yards? We're 7th in rushing yards against us all year. 7th.
Okay, I stand corrected then. I'll give you that. All right.
7th. All right. What else you want to do? Touchdowns. No.
We don't gotta do touchdowns. That's tough.
We're 7th in touchdowns ran against us.
All right, so I stand corrected, man. But giving Derrick Henry 13 carries will not win you a football game. And you know that. We don't have to even crown your team, whatever. But giving Derrick Henry 13 touches isn't going to win you a game. I'm sorry. It's just not.
Are you blaming?
And the other thing, the last thing I want to focus on, you fucked up. There's a reason he's not on that team anymore, and he went to Carolina. Why did you go get Deontay Johnson? Because that dude... I'm sorry. I've been saying it all along since last year, the year before.
Was it you? I feel like you said something. You mentioned this like a month ago when I was like, "Oh, he got traded." You're like,
"He's a diva, bro. He's a diva."
I didn't know it was that bad, bro.
He's a diva. Screaming. He's already got a suspension,
bro. No, once again,
Mike Tomlin is
every show. We're gonna find a way to be like, "Yo, Mike Tomlin, you are fucking him, dog." He did it again.
You saw him. He already called out George Pickens.
Did it again.
Mr. Game. And got to grow up.
Still. He got Russell Wilson. Bruh. He got Russell Wilson looking like everybody was questioning Russell Wilson's Hall of Fame career. And Mike Thomas said, my brother in Christ, I got you. He got him. He got him back into the Hall of Fame single-handedly.
That's unlimited. Mr. Unlimited. You got to be unlimited.
Sierra, she don't be riding and dying like that like she used to for Russ. She's been disappointed the last couple of years. She's back. Sierra's back with the jerseys and shit. She's doing commercials and shit. I'm telling you, when shit was bad, when Russell was bad, their marriage must have been bad. Russ is doing good again. She's on top of the world again. I'm telling you, dog. Mike Tomlin, he had to deal with Deontay Johnson. So for me, I look at Baltimore, every year, I'm like Baltimore versus the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Like, that's always like my excitement. That's what I want. And we got that game. And to me, I'm like, I don't even know if Baltimore can get past Kansas City. And I think Kansas City is bad. And I don't think they can beat Kansas City in a playoff game when it counts and it matters. Because they be doing dumb shit. I just don't understand what they do.
Playing cute football, man.
I don't get it. I'm like, bro, like, y'all have an identity, dog. Everybody is scared of your quarterback, and everybody's terrified of your running back. And you got Mark Andrews on the outside, and you got Zay Flowers, and you got Rashad Bateman, and you got Isaiah Light. Like, you got weapons, and they couldn't do shit against us. They basically scored 12 points. Like, that last little boo-boo the fool touchdown drive, kudos to them, right? I'm like, damn, dog. They didn't scare me offensively. I was like, the only thing that scared me was like, oh, Lamar is out doing crazy shit out here. What he's about to do. That's when I got nervous. But I don't know. I can talk about the Eagles all day, but I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna say, salute Philly Ravens. If y'all want to see us in the Super Bowl, I need y'all to tighten up. Because I want to keep the games of the week going. We were just talking about the Steelers, and I gotta give a get well soon to my dog Joe Burrow, because like, it's not your fault, bro. You know that what movie was it? I don't know.
He's already well. He went and bought the Batmobile. He good.
All I want to say, Joe Burrow, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. They don't score 99 points in the last 3 games. They can't win one of them. Like, Russell Wilson had the best game of his career against that defense. And we were talking about contracts. Hendrickson was like, I don't know how you're going to sign this shit. We already know Jamar Chase was like, I'm going to sign this shit. T. Higgins, Joe Burrow coming off of wrist injuries. Were we just overrating Cincinnati as a whole, or is this more like, maybe the Steelers is just that good?
Bro, start putting in the petition to build the statue.
Oh, I already set the paperwork.
And if they don't sign Najee Harris this year, they're stupid. They are stupid. I told you, contract year, and this man is running around crazy, bro.
I think Saquon, Derrick Henry, and Josh Jacobs have reminded the market of why us good running backs are fucking important. Like, Joe, like, they were like, oh, I don't know, Josh Jacobs, he's like top 3 or 4 in rushing this year. Derrick Henry and Saquon, 1 and 2. Like, hello, Joe Mixon. Cincinnati said, we good. Joe Mixon
is a cockroach, bro.
Balling. So all I'm gonna say is that I think Najee Harris, I think Pittsburgh's gonna realize this running back shit's kind of important, dog. It's kind of important. So, are the Steelers that good, or Cincinnati is really just generationally defensively just fucking horrible, or did this unlucky, or what?
I really don't believe in their head coach. I don't. I don't see any emotion. I just see, I don't know. I don't think he's the guy for the job. I don't. Like we see some guys that are good coordinators. I think he's a good coordinator. That's what I think. He got there like that year they went to the Super Bowl. They won some games very, very close that had them in that. And then when it came to the playoffs, they showed out. And
it was more about Joe Burrow to me than the coach. Like, Joe Burrow was a superhero that Super Bowl run. Joe Burrow was like, I'm him. 270 mil, bring the Brinks truck.
Tore his shit 2 years in a row and was like, I'll show you why I'm this guy. And deserving. Batmobile and everything. So
yeah.
I just don't think he's the guy for the job. They have the 2 most important pieces in the wide receiver and the quarterback on the same page, going to school together, probably elite at the positions, pretty elite at their positions. Like, you have to give them the props, but
even T. Higgins is a dog too. I know he's gonna be asking for a lot of money.
But everything on that team
if they have to lose him, that's gonna suck a lot, bro.
Everything on that team just is not good, in my opinion.
Just don't. It's like Chad Johnson and when he had Carson Palmer, it was like, we got Chad, we got TJ, who's your mama? We had Chris Henry, God rest his soul. Like, we got some receivers. Cincinnati got some receivers. We got a quarterback that can get to him. Carson Palmer, you a USC football fan. They produce. They give you shit that you need. Carson Palmer was one of the. I think didn't he win the Heisman, right? Like he won the Heisman in college. Like, yeah. So they had a great quarterback, great receiving core, and Cincinnati could never do shit. It's like history repeats itself. Great receiving core. They just lost Boyd this past year. Like remember they've had dudes over there. They got to the Super Bowl, but like maybe it's just the same shit, same old Cincinnati. Whereas Pittsburgh, we talk about consistency, bro. Like the dudes never had a losing season. They've had 3 head coaches since 1969. Like Pittsburgh is just the complete like consistency super franchise.
They're good.
Cincinnati's trash, basically.
And when you think it's a shit show, it works. Somehow it works, man.
So, yeah. And then speaking of teams that of Cincinnati, they played the Super Bowl that they got to. They did beat the Chiefs to get there, and I want to just highlight the Chiefs real quick because they did it again. You know, they just. I think Vic in our little chat, Vic was like, "Oh, they get lucky every fucking week. The luckiest team in the NFL." Now they won 2 straight Super Bowls, 3 in the last 5, 6 years or whatever. They're a dynasty. They're going for a 3-peat this year, obviously. And if you talk about Nick Sirianni and the Eagles, we not blowing nobody out. The Chiefs have made it a mission to just be like, oh, let's squeeze this one out and get a whistle at the end of the game. Or, oh, Patrick Mahomes got to run for 60 yards on a play in the fourth quarter for us to, like, they've been doing this shit by the skin of their teeth for years. And I've been talking shit about them all year. I'm like, what the Eagles were last year, how we started off so well, and then everybody was so surprised that we collapsed. I was like, I watched this from the beginning of the year. We were shit all year. We just happened to win games. I've been trying to put that label on the Chiefs. Like, they've been shit all year. They just happen to win games. They get pass interference calls by Cincinnati. They get no pass interference calls, on the Falcons. Like, they get the missed block kicks and missed field goal. Like, they get all the crazy shit. And should we just assume that they're gonna get to, like, let's look at the AFC picture. Should we just assume that they're gonna get to the Super Bowl this year, or am I, like, me criticizing them? Am I wrong to criticizing them? Because, like, to me, they just don't look like a good team.
No, they're a good team, bro. They're a great team. They're 11-1. Their record speaks for it. It's divisional game, bro. It's
every game been like that this year, dog. It's Tampa Bay. They shouldn't beat Tampa Bay. They shouldn't beat a lot of teams this year.
And don't hold back from your old coach, bro. You know he's good. You know he's a
boy. That's my boy. Don't get me wrong, but we did get to 5 NFC Championship games and 1 Super Bowl, and then we shot the bed all the time at the end. We always shot the bed.
It takes some time, but like they have had the same head coach for a while. They had this kid waiting in the loom to take over, and they've had the pieces there that have stayed there. The tight end, the defensive lineman, and Chris Jones. They kept all these guys there. And when we say, oh, you get rid of Tyrann Mathieu, they go and draft well. And when they need things, they go get the right guys and find a way to masterclass it. What do the Cowboys give for Mingo compared to what they gave up for DeAndre Hopkins? Like, come on. They masterclass this shit. And when there's one piece of cancer in the team, they get rid of their ass pretty quick.
There's Tony.
We'll see you in Cleveland. I ain't seen you doing shit there. So I saw him on TV. Like, holy shit.
He had a drop. That's the only thing I saw. I was like, Kadarius Toney's a Brown? That's the only thing I said. When he had to drop, that didn't surprise me. It was the fact that he was a Brown. I was like, Kadarius Toney's a Brown? Drop. Meanwhile, Jerry Jeudy had 230,000 yards and 10 catches.
And
only thing I remember, drop.
And couldn't back up the shit that he talked. So
anyway, but no. So, like, what's more likely to you, Super Bowl appearance, or because they're gonna get a first round bye more than likely, so they'll have the divisional round. What's more likely, Super Bowl appearance, or they lose in the first round, the divisional round?
Super Bowl appearance.
That's more likely.
Playoffs is a different beast, my man.
Man, it's just, I don't know, bro. It's like,
you'll see Travis Kelce in the playoffs, bro. You'll see him more in the playoffs.
All right, let me. How about this? Let me look at this playoff picture. If the playoffs were to start today. Speaking of fantasy playoffs, your boy done clinched 2 first-round buys already, and I fucked up. Lamar fucked me up on the last game. I would have clinched that first-round buy too, but now I dropped me from first to third. All I'm gonna say is your boy has had a season, a motherfucking season. So I hope y'all listen to me in the beginning of the year when I was talking about my plays and shit, because your boy y'all done shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me pull up the. How's your fantasy year going? As I pull up these.
One league I'm not in, and then the other one I'm first in it, or I'm like top 3 in it, so I'm good.
Who fucked you up? What player fucked you up the most?
C.J. Stroud, fuck him.
Yeah, he's been rough.
And I have Saquon Barkley and Justin Jefferson on that team.
All right, so if the playoffs started today, we have the Chiefs and obviously in first place. The Bills do have the tiebreaker against them, and they are in second place. So the Chiefs still got to watch their back. But right now you got Steelers in third, Texans in fourth.
I'm not scared of Josh Allen.
Hold up. Stop it. You gotta stop disrespecting that, man. Chargers in fifth, Ravens in sixth, Broncos in seventh. If the Chiefs fall to 2 and they have to play the Broncos in the wild card round, all right, they good. But that next round, if they're second seed, it's the Steelers. If it's the Steelers or the Ravens, they'll probably still win that shit too. Yeah, you're right. I'd probably say they probably have a better shot at getting to the Super Bowl than losing even a wild card round, let alone a divisional round. So yeah, you're right. It's just like they don't
once a 3-peat, bro.
They don't look that good to me. It's like, what are they? They look off. They just look off to me. If that's good anyway. But all right, let's move on. And let's just get to. I was gonna talk about Kirk Cousins, but you know how he kind of fucked up in Atlanta. But whatever, ain't shit to talk about. MVP race, you got. I know you're gonna pick Saquon over Josh Allen anyway.
No, it wasn't even because of that. Like he's having an amazing season for a running back. Like Josh Allen threw for 140 yards last game in the snow. Okay, and he ran one in, and then he bobbled one and caught it for a reception touchdown. Okay, that's his element.
Josh Allen in fantasy, baby.
That's his element. That's his element, though. Like he should win that game. San Francisco, there's no snow out there. They ain't got that.
They ain't got players either. Sorry, San Francisco, my bad. All right, but you still say so. You're a gambling man, right? If I'm a gambling man, what do you think is going to be the best value for me right now? Josh Allen is at minus 275 to win the MVP.
Saquon, bro. Take Saquon.
Saquon plus 300. Lamar Jackson is plus 750. There's still 4 games left. And then Jared Goff is at plus 1,200.
That boy ain't winning it with 5 interceptions.
There's no way, right? There's no way Jared Goff can win, right? All right.
Great season. Pro Bowl nod. Not making it, though.
Does Lamar Jackson have a shot to win it? Do you think the voters have voters fatigue? If it's close between him and Josh Allen, they'll probably just pick Josh Allen anyway?
Of course they will. And he'll get his MVP, and I'll give him his accolades for winning something.
Okay, all right. So,
Still me, Super Bowl then.
Vegas knows shit. They got him at minus 275 in the fourth quarter.
Let me tell you where Vegas knows shit. I want you to know this right now. I was watching the Browns and Broncos game the other day at Blend in West Chase. And one guy walked in and he saw Jameis throw that rocket to Judy to end the game, end the second half. And he's like, oh, $4.99 for Jameis is what it is up now. He's like, easy bet. He's going to throw that. You know what Jameis ended with? $4.97. I watched a grown man cry that night, man.
Wait. The shit, he went for over $4.99?
The Vegas line was for Jameis to throw $4.99.
There's no way Vegas would have done that. He probably did it as a what do you call it? Like an alternate bet. Vegas wouldn't even go that high up.
No, it was like during the game after halftime he had like 390 yards and he was like, oh yeah, he's gonna hit $4.99.
Like that?
He put that shit in. 497 is what Jameis ended up
He
with.
put his mortgage in that bitch.
Bro, man, I was like,
He put his whole mortgage into that bitch.
He walked in happy as like a pig in shit, bro. I was like, oh man.
He put his his poor little ting. But anyway, hey, so yeah, I mean Josh, Vegas no shit to me minus 275. Josh Allen, Saquon though at plus 300. We played the Panthers, we played the Giants again, I think. We played Steelers. It's gonna be crazy. And we played the Cowboys. So as I'm breathing. I want Saquon to go get that shit. Because to me, I want to rub this shit in New York's face so bad. I want them to feel that shit. Like, y'all let him go. He won an MVP. He gonna win Offensive Player of the Year. But y'all let him win MVP too? Oh my God. That shit gonna stink, bro. Son smell like shit. All right, but before I leave the NFL, I have to ask you.
I don't care.
I have to ask you, dog, because it came up on the complex or some shit. No, Adam Schefter, Schefter, he got the scoop. He got the scoop. He said, "Oh yeah, this motherfucker got a Netflix documentary that's about to drop." Before Netflix even sold the preview, dog.
We knew about it though. We knew about this in the.
I didn't know it was, dog. Bro. And now, with that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10. Are you even surprised, though, why y'all playing like this?
No, I don't, because he doesn't care. He's on the for a guy who's on a shitty team, he's on the Pat McAfee show way too fucking much.
Tiki kid.
I'm fucking over him, bro. Like, I don't care about this team. It is a dumpster fire. They are the worst organization in the NFL. I don't care. I don't want to root for them. I'm a fan of players on the team, but I do not root for the team. I don't. And Aaron Rodgers is just holding it back. And with the whole Netflix documentary, just retire. Focus on other dumb shit that you like. Go open up a fucking Zen Buddha garden in fucking Costa Rica and go do
your... So is it safe to say that you are out on Aaron Rodgers, period? Like, I don't even know why I ever fuck with him.
I'm out. I don't fuck with him anymore.
All right.
I did, and I understand everything.
Should have saw this shit coming. I asked you about this a couple years ago.
In Green Bay, he had all the right to feel the way that he felt.
But he's been acting weird for a while, dog.
But coming to a new organization where they literally did everything for you.
Took the owner's jet to go get you, dog.
Everything for you, and you got everyone fired. And you can't win a game, and you don't show up to training camp, and you don't hold accountability, and you have more appearances on the Pat McAfee show than you have touchdowns this year. I'm over it.
Shit.
I'm over it.
Shit. You telling me, bro?
I'm over the guy, bro. He better not be the quarterback next year. And Devontae Adams is up in the air too now.
Now let's get this back to Tom Brady because I got to do this. All those years we were like, man, I'll take Aaron Rodgers. Now you see why Tom Brady. Do you have? I know how you felt about him, but do you kind of have a little bit more fucking love and respect for this dude now that you see this shit?
I fucking hate Tom Brady when he was with the Patriots. I respect his play and his style and what he did to win. Okay, it wasn't flashy. It was nothing like that. It was 15 yards here, maybe 30, maybe a 60-yarder, but it was to win the game, and he was good at what he did. Aaron Rodgers, I respected him in Green Bay. I really did. It's until he came in the Jets where I don't know what he's on. He's not on his grown man shit because he's a grown man.
You got to witness it firsthand, though. That's what makes it like you can see it for your fucking eyes. As much as we don't care about Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like we live here, but we saw Tom Brady firsthand right in front of us because you could not get away from it. He had the city turned the fuck up. Aaron Rodgers got New York fucked up, dog. Between Aaron Rodgers and Daniel Jones, they got New York fucked the fuck up, dog. So as you see the dichotomy there, it's like I used to think, the bad man, Aaron Rodgers.
He was a bad man,
but like they've been talking shit about his character for a while. I didn't want to see it. But his last couple of years in Green Bay, I was like, yo, this dude is I don't know, bro. I don't know about dude no more, bro. Like, I started questioning it. Skip Bayless, I gotta give that man some credit sometimes. He been saying this shit about Aaron Rodgers since the jump. And I was like, Skip Bayless is a hater, right? Everything that he said about Aaron Rodgers, he's 100 for 100 on. I'm like, fuck, Skip Bayless. Like, that's how I was starting to get out on Aaron Rodgers. I was like, Skip Bayless, guys, he's talking some good shit about. He's not mixing no words, and he is exactly right. And I was like, maybe Aaron Rodgers really isn't that dude that I thought he was. Like, he's talented, but he's a fucking like, like, fuck my family, fuck my life, fuck everybody. I'm gonna go do it my way. And I'm like, this is a spoiled fucking kid.
He is. I can't stand him, man. Fuck him. Fuck him. I hate him. I really can't. Can't stand him. Get him the fuck up out of there, man. And if he's there next year,
he better be fucking retired next year because come on, bro. He don't care about football no more. You say he's on Pat McAfee show all the time, right? How much football he talk about? When he's on Joe Rogan's show, how much football he talk? He don't care about football no more, dog. Like he's transitioned.
His answers are like so straight. He's like, yeah, the offense is good, but did I tell you about the offensive picture I have in my house of oh shit, oh he's
do you think Fox, CBS, or NBC will box up a Brinks truck and like, yo, when you retire, you get 350 M's to come hop on this show and talk shit? Nobody will fucking air. Tom Brady, I'm in love with the fuck his brain, dog. Pause. Like his football brain. I'm like, that's what every teammate says this about Tom Brady. They're like, you think Tom Brady's this, whatever. Every teammate, they're like, Tom Brady's fucking cool. Like, everybody loves Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like, everybody who played with him. I see him more like firsthand now that he left the evil empire of the Patriots. I'm like, Tom Brady. I like this dude.
Tom Brady is fun now. I'll give him.
I like this dude, Tom Brady. But
I hate Aaron, bro. Like
I'm sorry, bro. You got the wrong end of the stick, dog. You were probably right about running Derek Carr. I mean, that probably would have guarded Minshew.
We would have won 2 games at the beginning of the season. I would have felt better.
But shit, man. Zach Wilson got a better record than Aaron Rodgers in the New York Jets uniform. But that's neither here nor there. All right, let's go to our games of the week. I don't know where we're at right now as far as like head to head. I know you're gonna get that list for me though. But let's get to this weekend's games real quick. Green Bay, Thursday Night Football. We're in Detroit at the Metrodome or whatever they call it now. Green Bay is a plus 150 at Detroit minus 180. So Detroit the favorite at home. Thursday Night Football, by the way. So make sure you have Amazon Prime. How you swinging that way? Pause.
You don't even gotta ask me that question. You know where I'm going.
You gonna pick Dan?
It's at home, bro. Come on.
I agree. Now listen, I only agree with the fact that it's at home, and that means Jared Goff gonna turn the fuck up, and Sam Laporte gonna turn the fuck up. So I know, but selfishly, I need Green Bay to win this game because if Green Bay wins, then we control our destiny to have the number 1 seed. Therefore, I'd much rather have to play. I've already predicted it. I told you this before. We're going to play Detroit in the NFC Championship game, and we're going to see how shit swing. If the game is in Detroit, I probably don't think we're going to win that game. I feel like Detroit's fans and the elements being inside and all that shit favors them. If they have to come to Philly in January to get to the fucking Super Bowl, we going to beat they motherfucking ass, dog. I'm telling you. They like Jared Goff. We know this shit. He don't play well outside. That whole team, California, USC, Cal, Alabama, they ain't cold. They not fucking cold team, bro. They are an indoor track team, bro. Jahmyr Gibbs is an Alabama indoor track team. You know what I mean? Like I don't think they can grind outside of Philly. So I'm selfishly picking Green Bay at the plus 150. I'm putting that on the parlay. We're making a parlay out of this right here, right? All right. Atlanta. Whew. They've lost a few games in a row. They are a plus 210. Kirk Cousins is going back to Minnesota, who is a favorite at minus 260. Atlanta at Minnesota. How you swinging, bro?
I wanted to pick Kurt here, but after what I saw, I'm sticking with my man Sam.
I love it. Because I'm going with Kurt Cobain's, dog. Kurt Chains. They've been dragging his name through the mud again. He done see Michael Penix show up like, okay, what's going on, Pops? I think Kirk Cousins is a dog. He got a little dog to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he be rocking the chain. I think
he go in there and walk on the trap and take over the trap. But
I think he's gonna walk into Minnesota's trap that say we don't really need you no more. He gonna walk to their trap and take over their trap.
I think Justin Jefferson is gonna tear up this game. He'll be like, you
But
left.
This got nothing to do with Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson got a good quarterback in return. Kirk Cousins is you like that. You know he got that dog in him, like, I got something to prove type of shit. Kirk Chains, baby. I'm picking the fucking Atlanta Falcons. Let's go. My parlay looking crazy right now. I love it. Next game. You just witnessed it. They try to write your boy off and he right back. Geno Smith brings his Mariners, Seahawks, to the Arizona Cardinals, the team that we're always like, about. We don't know. Arizona, they are favored because they are at home. Seattle, they just find ways to win games. We talked about that shit earlier. They be finding ways, bro. Like, y'all were up with 14-0, something like that. Like, y'all look like I was about to blow them out. Geno Smith, that dude got heart, bro. So how you swinging right here? Seattle at Arizona. Arizona the favorite.
I wrote you off, bro. And you wrote back. Seattle.
I'm with you. All right, we can agree. I want now. I'm Team Geno for the rest of the year. So I'm all, for the most part, I'm gonna be Team Black quarterback. So y'all know, bro. Like, I cheer for Jameis Winston. I cheer for Geno Smith. Dak Prescott, I don't give a shit about. Sorry. He's like Drake to me. Like, whatever, bro. Whatever happens. But for the most, Kyler Murray, I don't really care. I'm like, whatever, Kyler. But, like, the ones that are always doubted, because they don't be doubting Dak Prescott. They give him $60 million. They'll be that. They gave Kyler Murray, like, bullshit about.
Top 3 in passing yards again, man. Like,
but I don't give a shit. Geno, that dude is him, dog. They be talking shit about you, but hey, I wrote back, bitch. All right, so I'm with you on this one. Seattle. All right. Good Sunday night football game, dog. LA Chargers, they got another shot at, like, beating a team on primetime because they screwed up with Baltimore. They're at Kansas City, the class of the West for the last 5 years now. Sunday night football. So Taylor Swift gonna be there. Chris Collinsworth is gonna be slob on the knob on Patrick Mahomes. Look at how he throws that football. He's gonna be slobbing the shit. You know what I'm saying? So we know the elements. But then Justin Herbert, they be slobbing on his arm. Look at how strong he is. It's Chris Collinsworth. They need to check. They gotta check, make sure he's good, bro. He might have an episode on the show. Very good game, though. LA Chargers at Kansas City. Harbaugh versus Andy Reid. I like this coaching matchup a lot. It's like two fucking geniuses. So how you feeling?
I'm going Kansas City. They got a fire under their ass, and they don't want Buffalo to get that 1 seed.
Dog, we could make a lot of movement this week. I'm going with the Chargers, dog. I don't even know why. Because I was just saying shit earlier about Kansas City, how I'm like, they be figuring shit out. But in a regular season game, if this is a playoff game, I'm taking Kansas City 100 out of 100 times. I think this regular season game is going to be more to the Chargers than Kansas City at this junction of the year. Because I feel like the Ravens, they let one go. This one, like, they need to win this one. Like, to me, they just, deep down, they got to win this shit. So I'm going to rock with the Chargers. I picked 4 straight underdogs, by the way. If I play this and this shit hits, shit. Bermuda, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take. All right. Last but not least, I got the Bengals, who are a -250 at the Dallas Cowboys at home in Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium, Monday Night Football. So Jerry Jones is gonna be on full display on this Monday. He gonna have his pinky ring on, just sitting in that box, just, you know what I mean? He gonna be on his shit. Bengals, the favorite though at Dallas. Who you got?
I'll take the underdog here. Give me Dallas.
Damn, and the Bengals can't be that bad, dog.
Yeah, they're cursed.
I can't believe it. You know what? You don't see me ever pick against the Cowboys, right? I have like a method to my madness. I'm picking the Cowboys because if they win, I'm happy that they won because they gonna think they good and then draft somebody stupid and keep my pick'ems alive. If I go all 5 underdogs and they all hit, I'm telling you right now, Bermuda, Jamaica, ooh. I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys in this game as well. That's a wrap for NFL. As time permits, I do want to just talk about the NBA really quick. Just a quick summary. Damn, the Lakers lost about 40 again. God damn. Me and the wife was watching. We were watching Harry Potter yesterday, and then the movie was over, and I put it back on TV, and I was like, oh, let's see what the score is for the Magic and Knicks game because she's a Magic fan. If he put the game on. It was like 169. She was like, what the fuck? I was like, because she don't watch basketball like I do. And she was like, I don't even know basketball, but that's bad. I was like, yeah, that's really fucking bad. That's really bad. However, they haven't been playing with Paulo. They still found a way to win 13 of the last 15 games now. But damn. So quick summary. I want your quick take on your New York Knicks. You happy? You sad? You feel like something's missing? You good? How you feeling? What's your temperature?
My temperature's mild. I'm not worried about them. I just need a bench. I need better bench players.
How you liking Cat?
He's good, I guess. He's good. He doing shit, but I don't know. Cat just doesn't do it. I like him. The Big Pert is doing his thing. Like he's really doing his thing. But he's like a quiet big man. He's like a big man that we don't give a lot of praise to. And it's just the same shit. He's just not in Minnesota now.
I thought he'd be a lot more, New York. Turn me up. I'm in New York now. I thought he was going to be a lot more diva or whatever. He's been a lot more grind.
Yeah.
He's been a lot, like the Dominican in him is finally showed up. Like, he probably went to a bodega and somebody said some shit to him.
He's from New Jersey, so
I know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, but he's not from New York. He ain't from the Bronx. he ain't from New York.
Washington Heights, that's for sure. So
I feel like he got a little bit more grit to him now. I'm like, all right, he ain't whining as much as he used to. Like, oh my God, why? So I like what y'all doing. The Magic without Paolo still have been impressive. Boston is off to a great start. Cleveland is off to a good start, except that when they play against Atlanta. The Lakers, though, as we're speaking right now, they're 12-10 now. They just got beat by 40 by Miami. I think LeBron's starting to show that age. Father Time should be smacking you in the face. You think Father Time is smacking him and the Lakers are just cooked, or is this just a bad stretch?
It's just a bad night, man. Like it's.
Bad stretch. No, they be getting blown up, bro.
Are they top 10? Are they top 5?
No, they number 9 now.
Oh shit, then fuck them. They have. Where did the Lakers are, bro?
Talking shit about LeBron. LeBron had 29, 5 rebounds, 8 assists.
Bro, like, it's the team around him. It's just a bunch of jokers there, man.
They're like
D and him. That's all it is. Nobody else is worth a shit on that team. Throw Austin Reeves in if you want. Other than that, what you had in the bubble, you should have kept it together.
Yeah. I don't know who to blame for that one. I don't know if that was Jeannie Buss or Rob Pelinka. Somebody missed something,
bro. Pelinka for sure.
Somebody has been missing the boat on.
Could be going to the Disney during the trade deadline. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Like the shit that you gotta know what LeBron likes. You know what I mean? I'm like, LeBron has been pretty fucking successful everywhere he's gone, and I feel like even in Cleveland they weren't winning championships, but they were even more consistent with him in Cleveland than LA is right now. Like, LA looks like a mom and pop shop because they are a mom and pop. Like they're not business owners. They just
mom and pop, exactly. AD and fucking LeBron's mom and pop right there.
and it's like, bruh, this small market team in Los Angeles. That's what it feels like. I'm like, yo, y'all got to do something, and I don't think they can see the big picture. So, yeah, it sucks because I am a LeBron fan, and I want to see his team play better than this. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But in this,
I got an alert that said Jackson Hayes was out. I said, I don't care. I don't care. Who gives a fuck about Jackson Hayes? You remember what was the dude that has the hot sister? That was he has like 2 last names.
Damn, I don't know.
Yeah, he played for the Lakers. Come on, he was in the bubble team. He had 1 name and then he had 2 last names. He plays for the Bulls.
Tucker?
Yeah, remember him?
Yeah, I remember him.
Remember how we were always talking about him on the Lakers? Do you know what team he plays for now?
Chicago. No.
But like, do you hear his name ever?
Oh, I only know that because I'm a gambler and I saw his name the other night. I'm like, Taylor Tucker. I was like, he's a Chicago Bull? What?
Remember we were talking about him every night.
I was like, I thought he was with Utah. When I saw it at that point, I thought he was with Utah. I was like, wait, when did he get to Chicago? So, but nah, in the spirit of young players, right? Top 25, under 25 was released by the people over at Disney, ESPN. From what I was told, the list is not a current list of what they are now and to what their potential is. And even with that, I was a little perturbed about some of the shit I saw. But before I want to do a buy-sell cut, but before I do that, what was your initial reaction of the top 25 and 25?
And there's some guys on here that I'm like, why the fuck are they even on here? Dyson Daniels, really?
Bro, he been turning. Bro, look.
Would he be turning if the players were all healthy? Okay.
I mean, all right. Continue.
This guy for the Wizards, like, put him on another team. Let's see if he does what he's doing right now. It's the Wizards.
Who, Kullaby?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Like, I do fantasy and shit. He be like turning up. I'm like, man, he look good.
He's a streamer in my league. He's a streamer in my league. Cade Cunningham should be definitely higher. When healthy, Cade is the truth.
I'm with you on that one. I love that take.
Scotty Barnes, I don't know the infatuation in the world with Scotty Barnes, but like
you don't be watching Toronto. That's why he nice, bro. He's a triple-double machine. He does everything. He's like what Cooper Flag is going to be in the NBA is what Scotty Barnes is. They just do everything.
I don't know. Zion is a question mark too because he's never played in any games. Like,
but when he does,
yeah, but when he does, but I mean, I don't know. There's just a lot of things on here that is, I don't know. I didn't get to put together other guys I think should be on the list, but I mean, I wouldn't even rank. I would just say these are our top 25 instead of putting numbers out there, alphabetically rank them. So this is alphabetically ranked.
Nah, we got to talk about this shit. Look. Just for the people who are just listening and don't have the list in front of you, they got Wemby number 1, Ant-Man number 2, Paolo number 3, Franz Wagner number 4, Chet Holmgren 5, and then other notable names. Maxi's at 7, your boy Evan Mobley's at 8.
Halliburton at 6. You can't leave that guy out.
Halliburton at 6. That is a reach. I'm taking Maxey over him. I'm taking Mobley over him. I'm taking Jalen Williams over him. I'm taking Alfred Sengun, Scotty Barnes, LaMelo, Cade, and then it gets spooky. I'll take Zion over him still. So to me, he's not even top 15.
Because he fucks with white girls?
No, he had one cute year. Like, oh, I made threes with his ugly ass jump shot. And then what has he done since then? Like, he's not carrying nobody to nothing, bro. He ain't carrying shit. Like, I feel like I've seen enough of Evan Mobley. I like his art. Like, you talk about him a lot, I know. I've seen it. I'm like, he got a little Chris Bosh to him, dog. And he's going to be a 25-12 guy at some point. He's just going to be like 25-12.
He's just not aggressive. There's too much talent on that team.
He's still young. But that team is young. That's why.
Yeah.
So I like his arc a lot. Now, in the spirit of doing this, we're not spending forever on this, and we'll bring this up again on the next show. I'm gonna do 4 buy-sell cuts or start bench cut, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Start bench, cut. Let's do that. All right. I took Wemby off of this. Anthony Edwards Paolo Banchero, Jalen Williams.
Starting Ant, benching Paolo, cutting Williams.
I'm starting Paolo Banchero.
Nope.
I think Paolo is LeBron. And that's the kind of player I like.
This is the guy that didn't even know who he was getting drafted. He wasn't going to go first overall.
I'm taking Paolo over Ant-Man. And then Jalen Williams, I like his game. He's a very good Robin to me. I don't think he can be. I think he could be Scottie Pippen-esque, where he's like, I'm just gonna be the best Robin, but I mean best Robin. But I don't know about
Ant-Man.
Huh?
You're gonna cut Ant-Man?
No. I'm saying I'm a bench Ant. Jalen Williams though, like I feel like his peak is only gonna be the best two-man, but I don't know if he can be the guy. Where Ant's my favorite things. Ant's my favorite player right now. But Paolo, I like his game.
Like his game too, but
6'10", can do everything, bro. He's not scared like Ben Simmons. Like we're gonna talk about this in 10 years. We're gonna be like, oh, look at all the crazy stats that Anthony Edwards have. Look how many championships Paolo got. I'm saying, dog. All right, moving on. Oh, for me, yeah, I already did that. All right. We got the big men. Chet Holmgren, Evan Mobley, Alfred Sengun.
That's a hard one. I like two of these guys a lot.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm starting Evan Mobley. I'm benching Sengun, and I'm cutting Chet Holmgren.
And I'm agreeing with you only because Chet Holmgren is too fucking skinny, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I thought Kevin Durant was too skinny, but he got a little bit stronger, a lot more flexible. Well, I don't know what it was, but Kevin Durant is a supremely talented fucking superstar. I don't know if Chet Holmgren is as fucking talented as that to overcome Achilles injuries all the fucking time, hip injuries. Like, you are skinny, bro. Like, I pray for Wemby. I pray for you. You guys are fucking skinny, and your body is never going to get bigger because your genetics say this is what you're going to be, tall and lanky. So I worry about him over on the long run. I think Sengun, it's like Domantas Sabonis. Nobody talks about him enough. Motherfucker's great, dog. He's a fucking fan. That is, to me, what Sengun is going to be at some point. He's just every year, 23, 11, and 9. Baby Jokic, that's what they call him. So
Evan Mobley, though, bro, like I've been saying this for a year. He just can't be the focal point, but he does what he needs to do.
That's why when Miami is trying to put another big three together, they're going to get him out of Cleveland. It's going to be, I'm telling you right now, Evan Mobley, RJ Barrett. No, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. All right.
Maybe this guy.
Nah, John Morant and Mobley don't go. They don't go. All right. Ball handling guards. Two of them have babies and shit with like older women, and then there's Cade Cunningham. So LaMelo Ball, Cade Cunningham, and Jalen Green from the Rockets.
This one might surprise you. I'm starting Cunningham. I like Jalen Green's game a lot. I think he needs to get out of Houston because Houston has stockpiled so many young talent they don't know what to do with.
Overshadowed.
And he was a number 2 pick overall. Don't forget that. Benching Jalen Green, hoping he goes to another team. I'm cutting LaMelo Ball.
I think LaMelo, out of those three, is the most talented out of that three.
I don't think he's more talented.
I think he's also the most immature out of that three. Even more immature than Jalen Green, who just impregnated
a 40-year-old.
So I think LaMelo is he's the younger brother, right? The younger brother is always probably the most talented out of the three, but always the most immature. Always. Because they just get away with shit. They're the baby of the house. They protect it. To me, I see Cade Cunningham as unfortunately, he's in Detroit, but if they do turn around to what the bad boy Pistons were, how Chauncey Billups was the guy, he has that to me, where he can just rally a group together in Detroit under, I think Bigstaff is a good enough coach. I think under a good direction, I think he could be that. And so I would start Cade. I would still bench LaMelo and cut Jalen Green because to me Jalen Green is he's more raw talent athlete that you can form into something. LaMelo, that boy is good. It's like, you know how people talk shit about Trae Young too much? Trae Young is still a dog, bro. No matter how many people in New York spit on him, no matter how many people talk about his hair, he gonna give you 20 and 20 if he needs to. Just like that. So I'm gonna let Jalen Green go because I think LaMelo Ball is a taller Trae Young. That's just how I see it. All right, and then gun to your head. Man, I ain't gonna do this one. I ain't gonna gun to your head. Who do you health wise? This has got to be your dog. You think Wemby's gonna be healthy forever? So if I said Zion, you get a choice between Zion and Wemby. You take Wemby for sure, right? What if I give you a choice between Zion and one of these people in the top 5? So Zion or Anthony Edwards?
And
Paolo Banchero.
Paolo.
Chet Holmgren.
Zion.
Franz Wagner.
Zion.
Okay.
Franz is a good player, but I feel like he's more of a role player.
What you mean? He an all-star this year?
Yeah, because Paolo's out for a little bit. Paolo was focal point.
Franz, for what it's worth, Franz is a dog, bro.
No, bro, he's like, here's the best example I can give him. Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones was turning up on that team.
Yeah.
But for them to be good, Kobe had to get out of there. Kobe had to get. I'm not saying they're gonna get rid of Franz.
That's fair.
But Eddie Jones was a baller, and everybody saw like the potential in Kobe. But I'm telling you, man, like Paolo Banchero runs through him. Franz. I'm not taking away, but he's got to be the second fiddle there. He ain't leapfrogging Paolo.
He'll hold it down for a little bit, but he ain't gonna be because they got him at 4 on his list. That's why I was like, and then to me, Halliburton, yeah, like I said, I'm sorry, bro. I'm my bad, bro. But as we get deeper into the season, I always say around Christmas time, we kind of know what the fuck's going on in the NBA, and we're starting to kind of wrap it up in the NFL. So we'll get a little bit deeper into our basketball conversations as we move forward in the NBA season. But before we wrap up, what would you like to let your naysayers know today?
Stop talking about the Jets to me. Nick Wilkie, I love you. Stop sending me shit about the Jets. Just stop. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. You don't need a temp check from me. I'm good. I'm unlimited over here, okay? I'm fine. I'm fine.
Hey, how many stages of grief? Where are you at right now? Hey, naysayers. All I'm gonna say is that they try to write me off, but I ain't fucking right back. I'm back in my era, my diva era, baby.
Back on this bullshit.
I'm back on my BS, baby. I'm back on my bullshit. But Aaron, where can they find us at?
You can find us on Twitter at @fair_weather_pod. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Search the Fair Weather Podcast. And where you subscribe or listen to podcasts, audio, search the Fair Weather Podcast. You can find us there. Give them the words of wisdom.
You know, even when the man is down, you gonna get back up. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get back up. You just gotta believe, and you gotta read a book. Everybody, read a book. That's what I want to say. I started reading Extreme Ownership, and it just made things into perspective for me. So read a book. If you haven't read a book in a while, it's different from watching TV. Grab a book, drop everything, and read. I used to get AR points and shit for that stuff. So
or color. If you can't read, just color. It's a book still. Color.
Okay. All right. Okay. Old dirty bastard. Adios, everybody.